Saturday, July 19th, the pain game returns to Wembley Stadium. Yes, the undisputed heavyweight championship is on the line in the UK for the first time ever in a rematch for the ages. Alexander Usyk takes on Daniel Dubois to crown the undisputed king of boxing. These two first collided in 2023, and it was pure drama. Dubois dropped Usyk in the 5th round with a thunderous body shot.
The low blow again there, Barry.
It's on the belt line.
Was it legal or was it a low blow? The debate still rages on. But Usyk battled back, stopping Dubois in the 9th round. But Dubois still insists he was robbed.
No, I didn't think that was a low blow. I've been cheated out of a shot. That was a win tonight.
And since then, Daniel Dubois has been an absolute wrecking machine, with 3 straight knockouts over Jarrell Miller, Filip Hrgovic, and former champion Anthony Joshua. And we all remember that one. Now, Dubois is full of confidence and way more prepared than their first fight. But standing in his way is Alexander Usyk, the Grand Master of heavyweight boxing. The Ukrainian legend has beaten everyone and is on a quest for all-time greatness, and he's not slowing down. Or is he? Father Time is undefeated in boxing, and this may be the perfect time for Daniel Dubois to extract revenge on Alexander Usyk. July 19th at Wembley. It's more than a fight. It's revenge for Dubois, it's legacy for Usyk, and it's history in the heavyweight division. So who will walk away with all the belts? Find out live Saturday night from Wembley Stadium on the Pain Game. Welcome back to the Pain Game. It's fight week. It's Usyk versus Dubois, and me and the lads, we're going back to Wembley. I can't believe it. This was the last time that we went, and do you know what? Like, you know how I started the iPhone on an ironing board to be at Wembley, and, you know, fireworks going off behind me with the entire fucking stadium on show. It was unbelievable. I'm so grateful to be sharing this experience with the lads. I'm so grateful to all of you for supporting us, to give us opportunities where so many of you lot tune in, support us, that we get to have these experiences. So big thanks to everyone. I appreciate it. I'm living a boxing fan's dream, being able to do that on Saturday night. I mean, it's undisputed. The first time ever in the UK, Daniel Dubois, the British lad, is going after all the belts, but he's taken on the greatest fighter of a generation in Alexander Usyk, and I'm going to be there. And just thanks. I just want you to know I'm grateful. Now, I'm going to do a few videos this week, obviously, to break the fight down. But on today's video, I wanted to return to the scene of the crime, to Wembley, to that night in September where Daniel Dubois made his claim for being the greatest heavyweight in the world now. We all know what Usyk has done. We all know he's getting older. And he really stood up and was like, no, I'm that guy now, when he destroyed Anthony Joshua. However, at the time, you're living in the moment. We're all reacting to the shock because obviously Anthony Joshua was the favourite. But I kind of wanted to go back and watch it bit by bit now, together, break it down, leave your comments, as always, throughout the fight. What are you noticing? I love reading them afterwards. And answer the question, really, of how good was Daniel Dubois really? Because a lot of people have suggested that maybe AJ helped him look good because of AJ underperforming. And we can take a look at what Daniel Dubois did well, and hopefully what he can take from that fight and implement it into the Usyk fight. Actually, the first thing I'm going to look at before we even get into the fight is before the fight. There was a mental switch in Daniel Dubois. There was a massive confidence change.
I'm just ready to fight. Both of you have said that as well. Both of you said exactly the same thing. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
But let's wait till the 21st.
Yeah, not in me in the middle, please.
If he wants to swing, go. Let's go now.
Sharp, relax. Relax.
If you want to go now, let's go.
Relax.
If you want to go now,
Chair across your face. Don't disrespect.
No, you can't intimidate me.
Don't disrespect.
You can't intimidate me.
Don't disrespect.
You can't intimidate me.
Daniel, don't
Who
disrespect.
do you think you are?
Daniel, don't disrespect me. Can't put this chair on your face. No, don't disrespect me on my life.
No,
it's okay. I want this little boy. Don't disrespect me, bro.
Looking back at that is so fascinating because that was the first little win for Daniel Dubois before he got into the ring, of letting AJ know, just because you've been the icon and I'm an up-and-coming guy, don't mean that it's going to make any difference when we get in that ring. And I actually feel like, looking back at it, AJ felt the need to sort of big brother him a bit, because I think AJ deep down knew this is going to be a fucking hard fight, this, and I need to get any advantage I can. But Dubois showed absolute confidence, and on the night, even their entrances gave a lot away. That was the moment that everyone should have known this is the problem. Because the look in this guy's eyes, it was the look of, I'm gonna murder someone here. I'm gonna kill someone. He had like old school clothing on. It was like Mike Tyson-esque. It was, I'm a bad man and I'm coming for the kill. We were all wondering beforehand, and I did say he's an underthinker, he's not an overthinker. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll perform exactly how he always does. But it was his first time in front of Wembley Stadium like that, and everyone there for him in the main event. You'd have thought it'd been a little bit. He didn't feel a fucking thing. He looks worried, man. It was one of the worst ring walks of all time, that. I actually am a massive AJ fan. If it was up to me, I'd have him come back and win all the belts. Over the years, I've grown to really like him as a person more than anything. But you can just see, he's just not right.
Any questions? Let's go to work.
Even there, you could just see, like, AJ doesn't feel it at all. It's the fact that AJ let Dubois get on the front foot immediately. He didn't even challenge him for it, really. And I don't know why. I mean, Dubois got a thunderous jab. Even before Dubois really connected, AJ was accepting, you're the boss here. Good jab. By Dubois, another one. And a right hand. I genuinely believe that this right hand here was a really important factor, because before the fight, Don Charles, the coach of Daniel Dubois, we've seen him a few months before in Saudi, and he was like, I know AJ and I know exactly how to beat him. And we obviously seen all those right hands that Daniel Dubois took against Filip Hrgović and thought, well, you can't beat AJ if you're taking that many right hands. And he was like, I know how to beat him. And it was like, the reality was, he knew in his head, we're not going to let AJ be the boss, be in a competitive fight with us. We're going to go forward like a fucking train, and we're not going to be taking shots. We're going to have him on the back foot. We're going to have him in defensive mode immediately. He knows AJ likes to feel his way into a fight. Remember how cautious he was against Francis Ngannou? He's like, we're going to surprise him. We're going to be fearless in there. This right hand, I think, scrambled AJ a little bit from early on, and he obviously got told Dubois, stick it on him immediately, which I think would be a very important part of his game plan against Alexander Usyk. Look at this shot here. Bang! Mentally, he's like, fuck me. This is on this, like. And I mean, look at that jab there that AJ's throwing. There's no conviction behind it immediately. He's in defensive mode. And even that right hand he threw there, it wasn't an AJ right hand, was it? So he gets the stiff jab right on the chin, by the way. Brilliant from Daniel Dubois. And he tries to come back with his right hand. And what Daniel Dubois does is he like uses his left hand and tucks his chin down and protects himself for what's coming back. But either way, that right hand from AJ, it was the right hand of a man who's like, whoa, like his coordination had already been hurt by that shot early on. And that jab, again, straight into the face of AJ. This is so important for the Alexander Usyk fight, because clearly we've seen in the Filip Hrgović fight, when Daniel Dubois is in a you have a shot, I have a shot kind of fight, where he's letting you get your offense in. His defense isn't amazing, but as a bulldozer, as a front foot fighter, as someone who's just coming at you, he's a fucking nightmare. Obviously, doing this to Alexander Usyk, who's the matador, and you're fucking chasing him around, isn't going to be easy, but this is the only way for Daniel Dubois to win this fight, in my opinion. You can't box with Usyk. We've seen everyone's tried that. It doesn't fucking work. Another great jab from Daniel Dubois. I mean, fuck me, it's just unbelievable. AJ threw a decent right hand there on the inside of the guard. To be fair to Dubois, he was lucky because he was out of range there, because his feet are quite good. His feet are good at judging distance, but his hands, they're not really there to block shots. A lot of it's sort of performative. It's almost given the illusion that I've got a guard up here. And although he kind of, sometimes when he puts his arm out, he can block a shot from coming over the top around the side. If you can take your head off the center line, like Usyk did in their first fight, there is a gap there. But it's easier for a southpaw than an orthodox fighter, it seems, because AJ didn't quite land that. Oh, God. It's the fact that AJ is just walking away with his hands down, man. It just hurts. It fucking hurts every time I watch it. AJ is not in a position to hurt Daniel Dubois here. So Daniel knew, basically, I've got a free shot. His whole body's turning away. He's moving away. He's not set to be able to deliver a punch here at all. For a fighter at this level to be in a position like that against such a dangerous man like Daniel Dubois, it was literally asking for trouble. And that's where you've got to sort of wonder, with this shot here, the fact that Anthony Joshua wasn't knocked out by it, I've got to give amazing credit to his chin, because it's been so underrated in my opinion over the years. I don't think he's got a bad chin at all. He doesn't just go out like that. He's literally hard to knock out, actually, if you're being honest. It's what happens after he takes the shot and his ability to recover. That's the issue, not his chin. That would have fucking knocked out 99.9% of heavyweights. But again, AJ really helped Daniel Dubois. My worry in coming into this fight is loads of people are saying, Dubois, this is it. He's going to win it this time. And I understand why, because he looked fucking amazing. But we're talking about Alexander Usyk, who's the best defensive fighter in the heavyweight division, off the back of a performance from Daniel Dubois, where AJ, you could easily argue, that was as bad of a defensive performance as you'll ever see in boxing. It was terrible. So there's where the data might be skewed. Let's just take a look at me and the lad's reaction from that round 1 knockdown, by the way, because I remember we were shocked.
Daniel Dubois has dropped Anthony Joshua, and AJ has been caught multiple times in this, and he's fucked. He's fucked. He looks fucked.
Oh, fuck me, man. It's the fact that everything, the production looks amazing. Credit to our team. It looks beautiful. We got that beautiful Wembley Stadium behind us. We've all got suits on, looking like right professionals. It's just me and Joey going, he's fucked. He's fucked. Oh, I fucking love it, man. I can't wait for Saturday. I can't fucking wait. And now, a word from our sponsors. You want to win this brand new Audi RS6 today? Well, you're in luck, because with our new channel partners, ush.co.uk, you can. All you've got to do is click the link below and grab your free ticket to enter at ush.co.uk. And if you're not into cars and you win, you can get 50 grand in cash. And I said to the guys at Ush, let me take this for a test drive before we give it a 1 mile up, because I just need to check it's all right. Do you know what I mean? Just let me check. It's a bit better than all right, right? It's absolutely unbelievable. It flies, this car, honestly. So fast, so fun. It's one of the most fun drives you could ever have in your life. We're talking a 4-litre twin turbo, 22-inch alloys, an RS body kit, full leather interior. This car is a dream. And don't forget, if you're not a car person and you win, you will be able to get the 50 grand in cash. So enter now at ush.co.uk. The link is below, and you can be in the draw in less than 30 seconds after clicking that link. Remember, it's free to enter. You've got to be over 18 and you've got to be a UK resident, and there's no purchase necessary. All you have to do is click the link to grab your free ticket at ush.co.uk. It's that simple. Oh, it's so naive, man. It's so naive, honestly. And again, it might have been a good idea for AJ to take this round to try and recover. And he just wants to fight fire with fire, which is another thing that Usyk wouldn't do. He's got good survival instincts. We've seen him hurt before. He disguises it very well. He's got a great poker face. He's not just going to lay it on a plate the way AJ did. All right, AJ was still trying, but the tactics were all wrong in my opinion. Jesus, man. Fucking hell. And this is exactly, by the way, what I want to say from Daniel Dubois versus Alexander Usyk. Don't box the boxer. Roughhouse him. You've got to risk it all. Do what, ironically, AJ and Tyson Fury didn't do, and throw caution to the wind. And I actually think Daniel Dubois is an underthinker, in a sense that he can perform to the job at hand without thinking of all the other factors, like Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua did against Alexander Usyk. Their main thought pattern, in my opinion, in coming into that fight was not losing, instead of going for the win. Tyson Fury's last performance against Alexander Usyk was shockingly cautious, shockingly defensive. He really at no point, after saying I'm going to put him in a hurt locker, went after him. This is what you've got to do. This right here. And that's why I'm giving Daniel Dubois, even though technically, I think I probably rate AJ and Fury slightly better than Dubois when AJ fights with full potential. Daniel Dubois is the opposite of a Usyk, and that's kind of what you need in order to beat an Usyk. You need a brawler who's a one-punch knockout artist who is going to go after him. Remember how Derek Chisora fought him? This is what you've got to fucking do. Will it work? Who knows? But it's certainly going to give you a better chance than fucking boxing him. And again, AJ just sort of straight back to playing the game of I have a shot, you have a shot. Shit, man. Fuck me. And even the physical presence leaning on him. He's just a brute, Daniel Dubois. He's a special athlete. AJ is just so discombobulated here. He shouldn't have been trying to go shot for shot. You see that there from Dubois? He uses good footwork to get out of range when he is in danger. I mean, the problem is Usyk does it better than him, but it's a very good weapon for him because he doesn't really use his hands to help himself. And he certainly closes the distance with those feet well. Like, for a 250-pound man, it's freakish how light on his feet he is. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. Boom, right hand, left hand. This was a fucking class fight. I know people say AJ got ran over, but actually AJ, he was trying, he was giving it his best, and he wasn't just fucking pussying out. He was stood right in front of him trying to land his own. That jab is, oh God. And when they do go hell for leather with each other, it's always Dubois who's the more aggressive. I kind of like the fact that he doesn't just go for one shot, and then be satisfied with it. Because when you look at the way Tyson Fury fought Alexander Usyk, he would land occasionally, but he wouldn't have the courage, and be honest, call it what it is, to go and follow it up, to go 2, 3, 4, 5, the way Daniel Dubois did in going after Anthony Joshua. And with the added power and the quick feet of Dubois, that's definitely got to be part of the game plan. If you're just trying to go shot for shot with Alexander Usyk and you're not following in and trying to rough him up, it's a waste of time. It's a fucking waste. If you land a good shot on him, follow it up immediately, because there's going to come a time, and I've said this in multiple previews for Alexander Usyk fights, where if you land, you've got to empty the fucking clip on him, because the only time you're going to catch a defensive master off guard is when he's a little bit, whoa, boom, 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 boom. You've got to throw everything at him in that point. You're not going to, I have a shot, you have a shot. Let's see who's the more accurate. Let's see who's the more skillful. What the fuck are we doing here? You're a fucking 250-pound brute. Behave like one. Because in the first fight, Daniel Dubois, he didn't have that confidence. He didn't look like he had the dog in him to fully go after Usyk. Usyk put him on the back foot within 2 seconds of starting the fight. He wasn't the same beast as he was in this fight mentally. And I've got to give a lot of credit to Don Charles for that. I think Don Charles has done a lot of the mental work on him in his self-belief as well as the tactics. Ooh, was that like a leaping right hook? His foot even leaves the floor, right? From memory, this was a bit of a technique that Andy Ruiz used when he beat Anthony Joshua the first time. Andy Ruiz being the smaller guy, obviously you'd have to find a way to get beyond that fucking lead hand of AJ and close the distance. And he'd almost fucking take off when he'd throw it, right? Now, obviously, Daniel Dubois is as big as Anthony Joshua. So when he does it, it has even more of an impact because he's closing the distance super quick to a point where AJ's already got his hands down anyway, so he's not going to block shit. And it's even having more impact because your whole fucking body weight's going through it. And that's another sign from Don Charles. This is a man who studies his opponents and their weaknesses very in detail. Not that we've had much of a weakness from Alexander Usyk, but what I will give Tyson Fury is he showed some things. He had a little pockets of success here and there, and I already know Don Charles would have studied that fight thousands of times by now. So we may see things like this where he's taken from that Tyson Fury fight, even though they're not a like for like, and taken any of those successes that Fury had and tried to exploit it. There you go. There you go. I'm hearing Don Charles even on the fucking commentary. The minute there's a chance for AJ to come forward and put Dubois on the back foot, he's screaming at Dubois, now work, because he knows the only way we can fucking lose this is if we go on the back foot and give AJ a chance, because we know Dubois' defense isn't amazing. It's not terrible, but Turgovich had those opportunities. We can't give those same opportunities to Daniel Dubois. I feel like Dubois, just watching this fight and refreshing my memory, is going to come out like a fucking madman. And that is going to make for fireworks for us. I mean, it's going to give Usyk his biggest test, because controlling that bull is going to be harder, because I think he wants it more than the others did. I think he's willing to risk more than Fury was willing to risk, than AJ was willing to risk in order to get the win. And that's going to make him a nightmare. See, man, AJ's a mile away here. That's it. The minute Dubois starts stalking AJ, it's where Dubois gets his openings, and it's where he takes complete control of it. When he's standoffish and he's letting AJ have a shot, he has a shot, that's where he gets caught. The minute he goes on the front foot and starts being the boss, it's all one way. And the problem with fighting like that usually is that you get fucking knackered doing it because you're going after the guy. It's a lot of energy, but you're also draining his gas tank because he's the one who's having to move backwards, and it's fucking hard doing that. Even though Usyk's probably the best of that in the heavyweight division, it's not nice. And what I will say about Dubois is, for a 250-odd pound lad, his gas tank, especially when he keeps throwing bomb after bomb after bomb, is really fucking good. It's not good enough to do that for fucking 12 rounds. He will tire. So really, I said this about Fury as well, you need to plan a fucking shorter fight. In your mind, you need to go, we're going to expend 12 rounds of energy in about 6 rounds. Because if we haven't got the win by 6 rounds, Usyk is going to take over. All right, maybe Usyk has aged overnight, maybe that won't happen, but logically, that is what is the most likely outcome. So you need to go after him mad aggressive and not worry about the last fucking few rounds, because it's fucking irrelevant, honestly, when you're fighting Usyk. He wins the championship rounds against everyone he's ever fought. I've never seen him drop rounds 10, 11, 12. It doesn't happen. Unless you believe that Tyson Fury fucking nonsense. Good left hook from AJ there, actually. And see, the defense of Daniel Dubois, the gloves are there for fucking God knows what, because he is catchable. And that's what I'm sort of concerned about this fight for, because oh, AJ's fucked. AJ's fucked again. Oh, no. He's such a lovely bloke, you know. Fucking terrible. He took it like a champ, you know. AJ got so much grief for this. He didn't get anywhere near the credit. I've met Daniel Dubois. He's a fucking mountain. I would never like to get a punch off him. He took them like a fucking champ. I'd like to see Tyson Fury take them. Let's see how... I'd love that fight. I'd love to see how Fury would take them.
I will love it.
We've seen him drop by lesser punchers than Daniel Dubois. That's for fucking sure. And he's a finisher, him. Oh, he fell over there, man. That wasn't a fucking knockdown. What a load of bollocks. Even AJ's saying it's not a knockdown. This is what I'm talking about with AJ and his ego, though. He looked at the crowd. He's like, I'm fine. Good for him. Don't get me wrong. Like, you know, you've got to show that you're fucking a warrior. But I feel like his mind is sometimes... He cares a lot about what people think. Daniel Dubois ain't thinking about anyone in the fucking crowd. He's not thinking about a fucking thing. If you play what's going on in his mind, it would just be like... Hey! He's the Forrest Gump of boxing. Remember how Forrest Gump was so great in the army, and he was so great at American football because he did exactly what you fucking tell him to. AJ, in my opinion, there is no way he boxed there was coach's instruction in this fight. I know we've given a bit of criticism for the advice he got later on in the fight, but he wasn't boxing to instruction, and that's what makes Dubois dangerous again. I rate AJ, just big right hand straight out the gate. Should have done that a lot more. Look at that for a fucking low blow. Fucking hell. I mean, it's coming. We're going to have to talk about it at some point this week. Daniel Dubois generally has more low blows on his opponents than most boxers. That's just a fact. And I don't necessarily think he's doing it deliberately by any means. But he does it. I mean, that is... I don't want to take a fucking punch from Daniel Dubois ever. I definitely don't want to take one from him down there. That was low as fuck. This is what kind of pisses me off when people act like, that, you know, Usyk's some sort of cheat or whatever. It's like, do you watch Daniel Dubois fights? Every single fight is like several of those, like, a lot of the time. Especially that Usyk fight. That is going to be something that is a factor in this fight, because there is no doubt in my mind, Daniel Dubois... Part of the game plan will be to go to the body very, very early, very, very hard. When you've got someone who's moving around as much as Usyk does, shit goes wrong in that instance. So we could end up with another controversial moment with another big low blow, in my opinion. The way Dubois uses his fucking forearm against AJ as well, stopping him from breathing, making him uncomfortable, roughing him up. You've got to do that to Usyk. Usyk is one of the most graceful, beautiful boxers to watch we've ever seen. You got to make it ugly. One thing I will say is Daniel Dubois, you can see this is taking a lot out of him as well. Like, he's delivering a beating, but he's having to fucking work hard for it. And this is what I'm on about when I talk about needing to empty the gas tank at some point, because you can't keep doing this all fucking night, especially against a fitness freak like Usyk. You got to nail him to the fucking canvas. This is where AJ starts feeling himself, by the way. End of round 4 here. Tongue out, jab going, and Dubois tiring a little bit. AJ has obviously been taking the beating. He's probably not as gassed, ironically. And another cock shot. Fucking hell. And this is the end of the 4th round. And just where AJ's starting to get his his mojo back there. You think, if he just waited one more fucking round before he started the attack more. But he went for it in the 5th, and well, we all know what happened. AJ's legs immediately in the 5th, a little bit better straight away. He's more competitive, and he's throwing that jab. He's avoiding the shot there of Daniel Dubois. He takes one on the edge of the face, but he's just looking a bit sharper, a bit more alert, a bit more quick. Dubois immediately tries to rough him up there, and that elbow straight in the face again. He's saying, I'm all right, I'm all right. He's very concerned about the crowd. Jab. And a right hand through the middle of the guard. I've been on about that guard. Fuck me. And another right hand. And here it comes. We all know what's coming. Oh, God, son. He had him right there. Daniel Dubois, though, is not the man he once was, right? This was where Daniel Dubois proved again that a shot to the chin, it used to really seem to bother him at times, and his chin is tried and tested now, and he took a shot off one of the biggest punchers in boxing at that moment. He recovered quickly, he gathered his thoughts, he knew what to throw at the right time. What that tells us is the first fight, there was moments where Usyk scrambled Dubois, and I'm not saying he won't do that again, but I feel like Dubois will be more prepared this time. He will be more ready to answer back, and also his survival instincts will probably be a bit better than what we've seen in previous fights. Because he's 27 now. This is what we forget. He's been fighting fucking grown-ass men from a very young age, and he's now getting seasoned at the top level. I'll go into what I think is going to happen later in the week, but I certainly give him a much better chance than he had last time, a way better chance. I think he really learns from his mistakes, and I think that's why he's getting, a lot better. Maybe not even as much technically, but mentally, and knowing this decision making is getting better as well. I think what to do when, as opposed to him becoming almost a really technically skilled boxer out of nowhere, I think he's a bread and butter boxer. He does the basics actually really well, aside from keeping the hands up, or at least keeping them in the right place. But I give him a good chance, because not just because of his improvement. Alexander Usyk is 38, man, and he's fighting an absolute beast here. It's insane. But look, I can't wait to read your comments below. Let me know what you thought about this fight in the comments below. Don't forget, this Saturday from Wembley, the Pain Game is live with me, Lawrence Oswecki, Joey Knight, Travis and KG from the Undefeated podcast. I can't fucking wait. If you haven't already, please hit the like button, subscribe to the Pain Game, and I'll see you on Saturday night.